Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I dare them go live. Wagyu steak, I dine. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get funky with to groovy you. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. J-Rock ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. You king of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a dub for a verse. I do it for FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these people lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call, for real. I want that caught. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis that's light. Rape in the city that's light. LED look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
Hey. Okay. Pocket through big day sumo. Pulling card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket through big day sumo. 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 Pull card like Uno. Flip like judo. You back to kudo. You and her no chance, you go. Pocket through big day sumo. Pocket through big day sumo.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League comes to you from Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, Michigan. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lock in.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. They still can't get it. He completes it right side of the lane. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16.
Gotta go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson from 6 yards away. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. He adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey, Tuesday. Left.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
That's going to be caught. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, got him halfway there. You don't see the sneak all that often from the...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Mitchell Trubisky with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bears will add on to their lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And here now now come the Falcons. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Gun! Ready, set! Not 25!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, it's Ryan again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Gun. Hey, my way. Hey, express. Run, you ready?
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Khalil Mack. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Going up top for Miller. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. This is Howard on 2nd down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Move. Red, up.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton from 19 yards away. And the Bears will extend their lead. Boy, it's nice to have a big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Let's go. Gun. Go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Now Ryan on 1st down. Got some real estate inside the 30. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again, Ryan. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He'll get it up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
18.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Poole. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
12. Hey, let's go. Base.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Left. 21.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Let's go. Gun. Hey, south.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. Shrugs him off. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
So out come the Falcons now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Gun. Gun. 12. Hey, let's go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Gun. Hey, gun. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
21. 12. Right. Go. 20. Gun.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll take this one down near the 15. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's the first throw now for Chase Daniel. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
Hey, Sal. Let's go. Let's go.
On 1st down, Ryan. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. On 2nd down, Ryan. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion. But you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Ryan now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, John. 20. Ready. 25.
Again, Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard, but that's what they're looking for.
This is caught inside the 15. Trubisky finding White on a big play. 64 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Hey, gotta go.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And this is caught. It's White for a Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Gun! 280, back 25, 22.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. It's caught. Jones. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. And even 40 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing deep here for Coleman. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, 35 yards. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
And this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. This is Cohen. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Being chased out left. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. He hits White, complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Trubisky with a give to Howard. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Again, it's Howard. Howard has the first down and then some. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. A give to Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, this is Howard. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 26-yard attempt. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And how about this? It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Trey Burton, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Bears will extend their lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. Parkey with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, the 20. And he brings this one all the way back. So definitely good for the individual stats. Maybe not for our storyline, but he's in for the late score. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Well, fit me for a neck brace, partner. One kickoff return in one direction for a touchdown, and the other one, they almost broke going back the other way.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Go.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Let's go. We're on the ball after this.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday. That's just what I say. I say, babe, it's. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back. money back, money back, money back, woo. Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it. Everything you want, I'm like a walking. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you go your man with my name in your mouth? I do the Maybach on Monday, for rock Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo.